Alright, welcome back everybody. Doing just a short video today. Filmed some stuff previously. It's been really slow over the holidays for me, so getting back into it. What all did I do? I pulled the rear axle out of the truck. I was originally only going to do gaskets and seals on the covers. The face seals in there. These bearings looked pretty good. One of them's kind of iffy, so I did get another one to swap it out. That's just surface rust, because those were leaking, and if I'm there, might as well do the internal seals and make sure it's all good. When I pulled off the driver's side case, the axle slipped out too far, and the locker collar didn't even occur to me because the front diff already had the locker collar just rolling around inside. So I wasn't expecting it on the rear. Completely slipped my mind. Locker collar fell off. Pull the rear axle. Pull the diff out. Go ahead and order the new tabs for this so it can't happen again. Clean everything up. It kind of worked out because you probably couldn't see anything. Kind of worked out because it was full of mud anyway. So rinsed it all out, rinsed the housing out. I'm there, started painting it. You can see this is just a self-etch primer from the local Ace Hardware. Not sponsored. Did have coupons though. Woo! And now what we're doing is I'm unfortunately going to take the diff apart, because what I found while giving it a look over is, you see how far this pin is set in here. If I reach underneath, I can do this. I asked around on the Unimog group and nobody could really answer me how much was too much, but talking to Scott at Expedition Imports, this much is most likely too much. I thought about swapping in the diff from my other truck, but I'd have to sand it, paint it, prime it, all that stuff again. Plus, not sure what kind of condition it's in. That truck would no longer be mobile because you got to pull the axle shafts, you got to pull the axle back, you got to rotate the diff 90 degrees to get it out of the housing. I'm just going to pull the caps off this one. There's shims in there that set your play and everything. As long as I'm not changing anything, I should be able to put it back together right how it was. So let's do that. I think you'll be able to see from here. The paper was in an effort to keep everything clean. Well, first things first, pull the cotter keys out, get them pulled out. Yeah, those needle nose will do. I should have laid this on here the other way because I was using the jack to hold it up and try to drop it into the axle housing before I decided I've come this far and I plan to put more road miles on this than off-road miles. So I should probably make sure this stuff's correct, since it's going to be spinning around in there at who knows how many rip'ems. There we go. That's a little bit better for you. And me. Well, it did something. There we go. Alright, now I'll use air gun to rattle those off real fast. That one's top driver's side. That one is bottom driver's side. Do my best to put these all back in order exactly as it was. Not getting a thick socket in on that side, but they're not super tight. I'll go for the thinner wall chrome socket. There we go. Easy peasy. Top passenger side. Bottom passenger side. Crusty. We'll put some of these tools away. Give me some more workspace here. Okay. Whew. These things are kind of nasty. Covered in shrew. Nope. Oh. Oh, I can smell it. That's some nasty gear oil. This one, I can't tell if the washer's on it or not. It's got a lot of oil on it. A lot of gear oil. Holy cow. Washer for that one is still stuck on there. It looks like it. There it is. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. It's hard to work and watch the camera. I don't know how the professionals do this. Let's take the nasty old dead blow. That's going apart fairly easy. That's stuck in there until I pull the whole thing out. Cap doesn't look too bad. A little bit of grit in there, nothing terrible. There's the pry bar. See if this side comes off. Oops. Didn't fall far, thankfully. That's not the first time I've dropped this, unfortunately. So, a little bit of grit, nothing too bad. You guys are organized. One cap, two cap, red cap, blue cap. So these are split, but if I stick the pry bar back in there, I could probably rock this whole thing out. Alright. Oh yeah, easy. See the bearings in there. Little bit of corrosion. Not too bad. Could put new bearings in, but how do the rollers look? Rollers look pretty darn good. There's a couple corroded ones, but I'm going to call those fit for purpose. Those don't look awful at all. I think these are the shims, unless they're on the inside of the bearing to set the side to side. Side. Doesn't look too bad. Is it bad that I'm less worried about a bearing with some minor pitting in it than I am about this shaft being loose in here and walking back and forth? There. How's the other side? Even less pitting. Good. Good, good. There. This is what I was looking for right here. Yeah, I can see that pin moving back and forth. So now I need to hammer down the flats that retain these bolts that keep the clamshell together, and then we can just pull the whole clamshell off and see the insides. Okay. The ring gear hasn't fallen off yet, so there must be something holding it. 1, 2. 3 and 4. 5 and 6. 7 and 8. Not seem to be moving. Not what I want to do. Oh, but it didn't take much. There we go. Inside the clamshell, see a little bit of wear marks here from what I assume, yeah. So if you look on one side, I've got wear marks here, and the other side, just the shell, And I paint marked it, so number 1's over there. So the wear marks are on this side, which means this shim ain't shimming. This on the ground where nothing can hurt it. Pull off this gear. It's got a shim on its backside. Gear teeth look pretty good. None of them are chipped badly. There's a little chip out of the end of that one. Nothing too bad. Yep, we're still recording. Good. And then this is what I'm worried about here. I take her out. Top side. Yeah, that one's got marks, and this one's got wear marks on it. Cool. So there's the thrust washer. It's a little worn on the back side. You can see some folded up metal there. That's been eaten away. But it runs smooth. I think this thing's been doing a lot of one-wheel peels. Set that on that side. This spider gear. Teeth all look good. No chips. Little nicks and dings, but nothing bad. Go to the shaft itself. Shaft looks pretty good. A little bit of staining from where the gears ride and the gear oil and everything. That's fine. So it wouldn't have fallen out because it's got this shoulder on it, but Scott at Expedition says that he has seen the spider gears in here fail. Well, let's have a look at this one. This one you can see is worn badly. It is showing the side of the gear through the side of this thrust washer, and it's indexed on there really well. So if I pull it off, back of the gear, not too bad. It's still got machining marks on it, so it's fine. But you can see, hopefully, there's a pretty good shoulder on this thrust washer now. So this thrust washer is badly worn, and what it was doing was probably spinning inside the case here occasionally. This may, I'm guessing here, may have had something to do with the diff lock. I could be completely wrong. Here's the other gear. Couple dings, nothing too bad. The teeth all look relatively smooth. The shim on the back of it in good shape. Pop that right back in where it goes. Okay, so the ring gear is not going to fall off of this side of the housing because it does have roll pins in it to retain it and keep it aligned or help. So let's go back to this one. This one, still indexed, but not nearly as tightly. And you can see the sides, but it's not like cutting through. So looks like I was right to take this apart. It doesn't look terrible. Now to call Scott on Monday and get some parts ordered. We'll get this thing cleaned up a little bit more inside. I ran a brush down through these channels and down through the bottom ones. I can get a better look at the pinion. It looks pretty darn good. I really hope you guys can see. I haven't checked anything. This is just a quick one and done video. But the pinion spins nice now. Still, it occasionally spins separate from the rollers. I think that's just because it doesn't have any load on it. I checked the preload on that front by the manual, which is just tighten it until it stops and then go back a 1/12 of a turn, which is supposed to be like 1 tooth. But there you go. That's how easy or difficult, or however you'd like to think of it. It's not too complicated. everything's going to go back together exactly how it was. I didn't have hardly any play in the back of this thing, so I'm not too worried anymore. I just need a couple new ones of these. I'll go ahead and replace them on both sides, since this one is so badly worn. The other one clearly has some wear, but nowhere near as bad. Cool. Thanks for watching, everybody.